All right. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing really, really great. Thank you, Pastor David. Huge shout out to the House of Rest in Modesto. I'm going to be visiting soon.
So who are you?
Let me introduce myself. I hail from a small city called Salinas, California, and my name is Mike. My real name is Miguel, and my last name is Diaz.
But you're an announcer. You got to announce yourself. How would you do that?
Well, I would announce it the best because it's for me.
Yeah.
But for everyone else, I'll obviously give it 1,000%.
Okay, so we just finished the fight. How do you feel? I mean, here we are with everybody after. Everybody's friendly. Everybody's friends. It's been a crazy evening.
Yes.
You were right there. I mean, what did you think of this fight?
I think I had one of the best seats in the house. And I was really thankful for that. Thankful, big shout out to all of the sponsors, all of the YouTube channels that got involved. We have A Convict's Perspective, LA Times, Streets Ain't Loyal, House of Rest. I'm missing a lot. But anyways, it was a culmination from, every single undercard, ring card girl, national anthem that really blew a lot of people away. What do you think about the national anthem?
Amazing.
The national anthem blew a lot of people right out of their chairs. When the main event got introduced, no one was sitting down.
Hey, those undercards.
Usually how you set the undercards up is who you think is going to be the best undercard will be the one headed more toward the main event, and then opposite vice versa. But there's a way to schedule those in order for it to peak at the main event.
Yeah,
so it was a great co-main event too.
Yeah, there's one of the young men, I think, on the second fight. I can't remember his name right now, but I want to interview him on a Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, because he really wants to go for this thing as a career.
So the thing again, the next step is we're going to apply for funding and register as a nonprofit organization. We are going to get the community involved. We're going to get the local newspapers involved. Federal and local assistance to be able to take youth off the street is the message. And at the same time, simultaneously, the House of Rest is going to be laying hands on them. And there's going to be the message of Jesus as they get into boxing. Really, it's these community centers and all that. Sometimes these kids don't have parents. Their house is an uncomfortable situation to go back to. So what we're trying to do is provide outlets for the community, and it's getting bigger and it's getting better.
So did you ever box yourself?
I definitely did. I started at 30 years of age in amateur boxing, just working out and helping and assisting, and it led to being able to do it more than almost 20 fights.
Did you have fun announcing?
I definitely had fun announcing, but seeing all the action made me want to get in there, to be honest with you. I wanted to get in there. I said, this next exhibition has to be me and inside of there. But, my volunteer heart is so big. I wish I can cut myself in 2-3 pieces because it's a lot of work.
Yeah. So, I know you have a YouTube channel. What's your channel about?
Yeah, so it's the Salinas Report. You can go to the About section on the YouTube channel, and there's about a paragraph, maybe 2 paragraphs, and explains the channel's about. When I'm on there, I know I have a lot of youth paying attention to me. I go once a month to the juvenile hall. I go once a month over to the camp that they build in Salinas called the Monterey County Youth Center. And so I try to mentor as many youth as possible, and I keep getting feedback that they're tuning into the channel. So they're going to hear some positive stuff. At the same time, when I go into it, they just want to hear entertaining stuff. So they want to hear jail stories, prison stories. As long as I could buy them a Snickers and a bag of chips in order for them to hear my message. And then I lace that up with the message of Jesus because I'm a Christian myself.
You mentioned you did 2 years of a school or something?
I did, actually. After I was released in 2008, upon a little bit before my release, I read the Bible like 3 times. I felt it really close. I wanted to have that understanding since you have really nothing else to do but sit in an 8x6 cement block cell all day long and not come out for 6 months at a time. I read it back and forth, and then when I came home, I attended a church called Celebration Church in Salinas. Big shout out to Celebration Church and Pastor Terry Green. Most of the staff there have graduated from Rhema Bible College in Oklahoma with Brother Kenneth Hagin, the former head pastor. And so it was an 18 to 2 year course. I decided to sign up and do it on my own time because really when I came home in 2008, I couldn't get a job. I couldn't pass a background check. I struggled for 2 years financially until God picked me up.
How long were you gone for?
Oh, I was only gone for about 4 years. The last time.
Where'd you release from?
Salinas Valley.
Okay, so you're close to home.
That's right. I asked to go to Soledad or Salinas Valley, and I had too many points for Soledad, and the counselor told me I've never had anyone ask me to go to Salinas Valley. That's how I knew it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But my wife was like, I'm not driving halfway across the state, getting her number, fighting in the parking lot with other people, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just really grateful. When I came home, before I came home, that's really why I want to get on your channel and do a one-on-one interview with you.
Yeah.
I want to tell not just that, but now that I can reflect when Jesus came in my life of how he held me, supported me, and carried me through a lot of times. I want that faith-based message to go out. I feel no other better platform to give it on than yours.
Yeah, so I just started interviewing people. I did one with Flaco, and I did one with, my mind just went blank.
Gunner, Cholo, a lot of people are,
Yeah.
a lot of organizers in this. Primo.
Yeah. So anyways, I've done 2 interviews already, and man, it'd
great.
be nice to get you on a Zoom and just kind
Yes.
of do a one. I know here it's kind of a party atmosphere, and everybody's enjoying the fact that the fight's over, you know. But
really, yes, I'd love to get on a video and talk more about faith, and there's no other better channel that I want to give that on than your channel, The House of Rest, you guys. So,
Paul was the other one I interviewed.
Paul, there you go. You were on
How
the...
can I forget?
Paul was one of the mans. I just want to give him a shout out behind the helm of the ship here, organizing this great charity event. And the next step is we're going to get nonprofit funds in order to host these events and make it bigger and better so we can get these kids a positive outlet on what to do in life in case their home situation, like me, I told in my interview with a convict's perspective, the reason at like 10 years old I wanted to run out of the house is because I saw a lot of domestic violence. I saw a lot of abuse. I didn't know how to process that. I had one older sister, and my way of processing it was just running away. And who I ran away from was the closest people I could find. And then there's people, you know, obviously their families, brothers, running from YA, placement, fathers, uncles, parents were all in prison gangs. It was bound to happen. It was a vacuum. But I'm not a product of anyone's environment. I want to keep telling people that it's the choices that I made. It didn't help that my surroundings sucked me in like a vacuum, but ultimately I go back and I say it's the choices that I made that led me down the path I am. I will let you go. I got Miss Pastor over here. You guys, you got to drive home, okay? Me estaba regañar, Miss Pastor, but on the House of Rest, be looking out for a video where we can talk about faith and how I came to faith.
And your channel, yeah.
And it's the Salinas Report. You can't miss it with the city of Salinas emblem on it, the Salinas Report. Tap in if you want that positive message.
Bye.
Thank you.